For many of us, the defining feature of our childhood was Power Rangers, a group of masked superheroes who protect Earth from numerous threats invading from space. Seemed to be too simple a formula, but the unique characters, their bonds, well-developed arcs, and intriguing plots made sure the TV series blossomed into a massive franchise. What started with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers then led to a lot of different series, including Ninja Storm, Wild Force, my personal favorite S.P.D, Dino Fury, and Jungle Fury. In 2024, Boom Studios brought a new group of Power Rangers to the printed medium with the debut of Power Rangers Prime. It is the rebooted continuity of the Power Rangers stories Boom Studios has been printing since 2016 and is set right after the Recharged/Darkest Hour storyline. If you are a new Power Rangers fan, don't worry about all this continuity business. You can just use Power Rangers Prime as a jumping on point. As for old fans, get ready to be punched in the face with a strong dose of nostalgia. Set in a futuristic colonized Earth, Power Rangers Prime introduces a new team but brings back many familiar characters and elements. Without much further ado, let's dive right in. The world today. A mysterious hand paints the silhouettes of Power Rangers, wondering what signifies good when evil is redefined as order and progress, and whether a hero would still be created in such a world. We see scenes from such a world next as a blonde woman runs away from guards armed with laser guns chasing her. She keeps dodging their attacks and escaping, but finally they corner her. They think they have got her as there is nowhere else to run. But she whips out a small device and loudly declares, "Go Go Samurai!" An armor begins to materialize around her, but the guards shoot away the device as the realization dawns on them that she is one of them, the mysterious Power Rangers. The guards request updates on their weapons, but before they receive any message, the blonde woman attacks them with her sword. One of the guards shoots an arrow right into her shoulder. They think they have her now, but she strikes the ground with her sword and escapes. Nearby, a young boy disposes of his trash while complaining about his roommate, who forgot to take out the trash. He is surprised when he opens the garbage bin and sees the blonde woman inside. She asks him to help her. Suddenly, a bright light flashes on the boy and he closes the dumpster bin. It is the guards once again who demand to know who he is. The boy replies that he is Mark Zhao and states his refugee number. When he tells them that he is simply there taking out the trash, they let him go and leave. Once the coast is clear, Mark takes the blonde woman inside. The next day, Mark attends history class at Angel Grove University. He is texting his roommate Orion about the woman they rescued when the professor calls on him to know about his home. Mark had arrived on Earth when he was 6 years old, and though he did not remember much, he knows his home was destroyed. She then calls on Jun, an Eltarian who was born on Earth, to tell the class about Eltarian history on Earth. 70 years ago, the Beast Brigade of Gamma 7 had invaded Earth, who was caught off guard and underprepared as they had never known alien contact before. The Eltarians, who called themselves the protectors of the known universe, intervened and helped Earth. The humans welcomed this technologically advanced race and benefited from their weapons and gadgets, which would have taken them centuries to invent on their own. And later, Eltar colonized Earth. The professor asks the colonizer and the refugee if Earth is better off under Eltar. Jun obviously agrees, while Mark disagrees. Jun heads to his martial arts training late and meets his friend Valentina and her boyfriend, Ryan. Jun wants to tell them something important, and Ryan, who is a trooper, assumes he wants to join trooper training. Jun's not interested in becoming a trooper, though. He wants to talk about Power Rangers. Valentina and Ryan have had enough of Jun's obsession as they think Power Rangers are fictional. Their conversation is interrupted by Admiral Janessa, their trainer and Jun's mother. Janessa requests a moment alone with her son and chastises him for still investing so much time in myths and legends. She asks him to admire the Earth the Eltarians have created, one that is beautiful, protected, and at peace, and asks him to run laps as punishment for his tardiness. Meanwhile, the blonde woman is licked awake by Doobie, Mark's dog. Orion assures her that she is safe there and apologizes for the shoddy first aid they gave her. Orion also promises her that her secret is safe with him, although he does not expect to know what it is to be a fugitive, as he is just a refugee, but he can relate since he is an Andrasian who arrived on Earth around a decade ago. After Orion wins her trust by telling her that he does not approve of the Eltarian occupation, the woman introduces herself as Lauren Sheba. Her ancestors have been given special tools called morphers that could tap into the Morphin Grid, a cosmic power, and become the Power Rangers. For generations, her ancestors and other Rangers protected Earth as best as they could from monsters and mutants, but when the Beast Brigade attacked, they could not hold them back. The Eltarians arrived and fought them off, but they saw saw Power Rangers as a threat to their supremacy, so they hunted all of them down. They captured Lauren's family too, and since then, she has been running. When Mark returns to his room that night, he sees troopers surrounding the dorm building. A trooper recognizes him from the previous night and starts asking him whether he knows anything or has seen a blonde woman. Mark is scared, but he does not have to be for long, as Jun jumps in and asks the trooper to leave his friend alone. The trooper is surprised he is friends with a refugee, but leaves them alone as he knows who Jun's mother is. Jun demands to know more about the Power Ranger Mark is hiding in his room. Suddenly, the moon explodes and a capsule lands on Earth. The paint-covered fingers we saw in the very beginning push open the door, and out comes Rita Repulsa, free after decades. The Earth is her playground once again. Rita is surprised by the Earth that greets her now, as it is sterile and foreign, but she feels the pull of the morphin grid. She gravitates towards Lauren's broken morpher that was left forgotten on the ground and picks it up. The Admiral arrives with guards and soldiers, and they surround Rita, demanding she put her hands up. This is Rita we are talking about, so she breaks the device and transforms it into a tiny wand to channel her magic. She raises a fire monster, causing the guards to label her a space witch, and attacks them. The explosion and the anxiety of the situation make it hard for Mark to breathe. He pulls out his water mask and takes a deep breath. Jun calls him a roughie, a derogatory term for a refugee, and asks him to focus. Mark tells him that the term is offensive. Jun quickly apologizes, but adds that they have more serious things to worry about than politeness. Jun asks Mark why he decided to help a random woman, and Mark asks him if he has never seen the inside of an Eltarian detention center. Of course, Jun has not, which prompts Mark to ask why Jun is helping him. Jun tells him that if he thinks Eltarian detention centers are bad, he should see where they put the real threats. Admiral Janessa has a hard time fighting off the fire monster and attacks Rita directly, but Rita defends herself by knocking out Janessa. Orion and Lauren watch TV, completely unaware of the chaos below, when they suddenly hear knocks. Lauren tries to escape, but Orion asks her to hide as he knows what to do. He takes off his shirt, pours water on his head, and opens the door just a notch, telling the Eltarian guards that they disturbed his shower. He refuses to open the door for any more of them, stating that Doobie would escape, but the guards throw open the door anyway, causing Doobie to run. Orion annoyingly demands that they get him back in the house, as they are the reason Doobie escaped. The Eltarians have not much luck defending themselves from Rita's magic, and Rita wonders how such an incompetent group colonized Earth. Ironically, as soon as she says that, her monster turns on her. A young guard named Bulkheimer asks her to look out just as the monster attacks, and Rita dodges. She is still knocked with a great gusto. Bulkheimer contacts dispatch about the space witch, but Rita, recovering within seconds, knocks it out of his hand. Since her magic is pretty out of control, she decides to claim Bulkheimer as her minion, as he is too much of an idiot to be able to kill her. Jun invites Mark, Lauren, and Orion into his apartment, which he shares with Valentina. Lauren thanks Mark for helping her, and Orion borrows a Sloan t-shirt from Jun. Sloan is a pretty big TV show on this Earth. Valentina arrives just then and immediately pulls out her phone to call the guards. Lauren kicks the phone out of her hand, and Valentina raises her fist to punch her, but Jun stops her. He tells Valentina that Lauren is a Power Ranger and asks her to trust him. Rita is surprised Bulkheimer is a human, but yet helps them in keeping Earth subjugated. Bulkheimer weakly responds that it is a government job with great benefits. Bulkheimer asks her to call him Bulk, despite being scared out of his wits, and Rita agrees as his name is stupid enough to suit him. She tells him that since he is with her, he can now choose to remain a subject or be free. The others do not trust Valentina, but she is Jun's best friend, and he has no doubt about her loyalty. Lauren tells them that she was in Angel Grove to find her family, and she will not be able to do that if she can't morph. They all put their minds together to come up with a way to help her. While this is going on, Valentina tells Ryan about Lauren and asks him to talk some sense into Jun, as she is worried about him. Ryan doesn't care about Jun. All he cares about is getting the glory of arresting a Power Ranger, so he calls two of his trooper friends to assist him. The secrets of the museum. Valentina went back to Jun and read him the riot act for his obsession with Power Rangers, which has now led him to harbor a fugitive. Museums held all the treasures of the Earth, but they were not free access to everybody. Only a privileged few could ever enter them. Mark had earned that privilege as he had got into the museum museum internship program. He had a badge that allowed him entry into different areas of the museum and had strict instructions from his supervisor to not visit any restricted areas. Mark had met Orion through the museum internship. June introduces everyone to Valentina once again so they can get a do-over. Valentina and Lauren call a truce for the moment, and Valentina asks her what she has to do to get rid of her. Lauren's family is in a detention center and she is only going to leave with them. Valentina scoffs at the expectation of a jailbreak. Lauren tells her that she only needs their help in getting her powers back and tells her about the morphers. As Valentina and Lauren argue about the powers and tools of a Power Ranger, Mark lifts up his museum internship badge, telling them he knows a place where they can find a morpher. While exploring Earth, Rita and Bulk end up in an expensive meditation center. Moments in, she sets the place on fire, and Bulk is just glad that she did not kill anyone. Rita, having just escaped a prison, refuses to live now in an Eltarian prison and asks Bulk to tell her everything he knows about the Power Rangers so that she can find some morpher powers and fix her glitchy magic. As they enter the museum, Valentina is surprised that a refugee has access to one of the most secure places on Earth, while Orion is surprised that Valentina can act so high and mighty as a human. Mark tells Orion that it might be because Valentina's father is in a high position in the government. Jun is genuinely curious how Mark got access, as the museum has more security than the Eltarian throne room. When Mark holds up his internship card, Jun sarcastically calls him smart, as anybody could track him from the card. Mark knows the risk and was doing it anyway to help Lauren, which earns the appreciation of Jun. Walking through the museum, Valentina and Lauren admired the skeletons of dinosaurs, wondering how incredible it must have been to have such raw power. Lauren comments that Valentina sounds like someone who wants a lot of power. Valentina swipes back that Lauren is the same, and that is why they are all here. Seeing that she struck a nerve, Valentina gives a half-hearted apology and adds that she probably has noble motives. Lauren is only trying to survive though, and she makes it clear to Valentina. Nearby, Rita breaks into the museum with Bulk and enters right into the room with all the gems and crystals. There is a huge orb of crystals there that Rita shatters. Bulk is impressed by it, and Rita tells him that she was infused with the Morphin Grid as a child to prevent her from choosing a path of evil. It did not help, as they had hoped, of course, but it led her to gain the ability of picking out Morphin power like a magnet picks out metal. Rita's actions cause the museum alarms to go off, and June and the others start running in fear. But the alarms stop. The group can't relax now though, as the guards will have been alerted by then. They run into Rita, and Lauren immediately tells by her odor that Rita is a magic user. Rita brandishes her wand as she realizes Lauren is a Power Ranger, and the two immediately begin fighting. Captain Cannell and the guards arrive at the entrance of the museum along with the troopers. Ryan suits up, and his fellow trooper Caitlin asks him if he is sure he wants to do this. Ryan tells her that their priority should be the Power Ranger, but Caitlin believes his priority should be his girlfriend and friend. Ryan brushes it off as he believes what he is doing will benefit them both. The stress of having to watch the two fight triggers Mark's breathing issues, and he stuffs his face in his mask once again. Valentina wants to run away, but Jun wants to stay and help. Not that there is anything they can do anyway. Rita knocks Lauren down and is disappointed that a Power Ranger with such a strong soul can have such a weak body. The door bursts open, announcing the arrival of the guards, and Jun is stressed that his mother will find out what he has been up to. They want to help Lauren, but don't even have the strength to help themselves. As the guards would arrest Rita too, she suggests a team-up to Lauren, and Lauren agrees. With her magic, she morphs Lauren into a Ranger Prime. Eltarian order and responsibility. 10 years ago, June visited Eltar for the first time with his mother. His mother had expected him to be more excited, but June was visiting a new place where he did not feel he belonged. She asked her son to celebrate, as Eltar is his home and he always belonged with his people, even though he was born on Earth. Commander Yorlum met them to inquire about Earth, and Janessa assured him that Earthlings were compliant. Yorlum warned her not to underestimate the Earthlings and their allies, and Janessa told him that she would let him know if they needed more guardians. Yorlum's attention then fell on Jun, and he was shocked to learn he was Janessa's son, as he had not shaved his head as is custom of Eltarians. Janessa explained that it was because Jun was not of age yet. Jun added that he was not ready yet. Janessa tried to reason with the commander, who had half a mind to shave Jun's head himself, that he was immersed in the ways of the Earthlings as he had been born there. The commander accused her of spoiling her son and reminded her that he is Eltarian and must follow their rules. Janessa gave him his word that Jun would never forget where his allegiance should lie, and that his heart is his strength. She had planned out Jun's entire life for him. His closeness with humans had earned him their trust, which he thought would be beneficial for his future role. Currently, Valentina, Mark, and Jun were shocked to see Lauren in her Power Rangers uniform. Lauren is not in her usual suit though, as Rita infused some jasper in it to increase its strength. The alarms had triggered bars to trap everyone in the room they were in. Lauren cuts out the bars with her sword and tells everyone to leave through the other exit. When Jun hesitates, Valentina grabs him by his shirt and runs. Orion does not want to leave Lauren alone to fight with the guards, but she told him he did not need to worry as she has the Space Witch with her. Orion thinks she is evil, but Lauren reasons that she might just be eccentric. If any word describes Rita the best, it's eccentric. Jun pulls back, not wanting to miss watching a Power Ranger in action. Valentina asks him if he wants to risk the lives of his roughy friends by staying, so Jun pulls at Mark's hand and asks him to leave with them. Suddenly, the guards storm in and demand to stand down. They shoot at Rita, which irks her, so she uses her magic to animate the skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. As the Rex growls, Lauren charges at the guards and starts fighting them. The rest of the group runs down the hall, but Orion stops midway as he wants to do whatever he can to help Lauren. He tells the others that they are all in this together. Mark could have left her in the garbage, Jun could have reported them, and Valentina could have ratted them out, but they did not, and that is why they need to help Lauren now. Bulk joins them as he feels they're the better option in a fight which includes a Power Ranger, a Space Witch, and the Eltarian guard. Rita orders the Rex to help the Power Ranger, and as it is about to attack, a laser shot takes it down. The scream of the Rex skeleton alerts Orion and he runs back to Lauren, followed by the rest. Bulk decides to stay back, not willing to risk his life once more. Lauren looks at the pile of bones and wonders where the blast came from. Another blast is soon aimed at her and she is thrown off her feet. The blast belonged to the troopers and their laser guns. The captain tells them off for being late and the troopers tag in. Lauren pulls out the sword from her new suit, but she unfortunately is in a gunfight. As the laser beams are aimed at her, she dodges. The rest of the group hides behind a wall watching the fight, and Orion asks them why troopers are going after Lauren, as they are supposed to be the good guys. Jun suggests calling Ryan as he could talk sense into the troopers, but Valentina reveals that she already told him everything. It was clear to both Valentina and Jun that Ryan had lied. One of the blasts had knocked out Rita, and Bulk, who had gained the courage to come back, wakes her up. He asks her to do something, but Rita has no resources left. Bulk shows her the crystals he had lifted moments ago, and Rita is impressed that he had the presence of mind to steal. Ryan tries to grab Lauren to arrest her, but Valentina jumps in front of her. Mark urges Rita to do something like before when she gave power to Lauren. Rita offers to do the same to them if they want to help her and calls upon the magic of the stones. The captain tries to step in as it is taking too long, but Ryan orders the guards to clear out. The captain is insulted that a human would dare to give her orders, but decides to deal with it later as the capture of the Power Ranger takes precedence. As Rita levitates, a laser blast takes her down once again. Before she passes out, she tells them that they have to make the choice and she can't force the powers onto them. Ryan calls out for Valentina. Orion is the first to reach out for a stone. Mark does not believe he has the capability to take on the powers of a Power Ranger, but Orion tells him what he has been telling him for a long time. He can do anything. Jun, tired from all of his decisions being made for him for so long, decides to take a decision on his own for once. Ryan lunges at Valentina to stop her, but she takes a stone as she could not bear to stand by and watch them all get arrested. They all immediately turn into Power Rangers. Did we win? Mark and Orion had met 4 years ago in the Eltarian consulate. As part of their internship program, the two had taken up jobs as servers in the quarterly gala. Orion had been having troubles with his bow tie, and Mark had helped. Orion admitted he did not know much about suits as he was Andrasian. One of the guests had overheard that and asked Orion if he was talking about Andrasia, the planet that had been completely decimated with no known survivors. When Orion replied that he was from the very same planet, the guest told him that he should be kept in a museum. Mark asked him to leave him alone, and the guest recognized him as an Aquatarian from his gills. He quipped that it was no surprise he was serving drinks as he is a water boy. Orion asked the guest to back off from the insults, and the guest threatened to put them back into refugee camps if they dared to be insolent. Suddenly, a woman, who they now know as Valentina, splashed water into his face and apologized for being so clumsy. Valentina asked them to leave while she helped the guest clean up. Orion thanked Mark for speaking up on his behalf and asked him to be his friend
friend, and the rest was history. Now they are both Power Rangers. Mark is blue, aptly Valentina is yellow, Orion is pink, and June is gray. Lauren, the leader of the new Power Rangers, as evident from her red uniform, asks the troopers to leave as they will never be able to handle a whole team of Rangers. Ryan reminds her that the Eltarian armies are endless, and even if they defeated the 3 troopers there, they would be hunted down within seconds. Rita is impressed by Ryan's words and is disappointed as he would have made an excellent Power Ranger. Bulk does not have any faith in the ragtag team of Power Rangers, but Rita asks him to wait and watch. Ryan asks Laura if she really wants to condemn her new friends to a life on the run, and before he can say anything more, Orion slams him down with a pink mace that just materialized into his hands. Mark freaks out and Orion apologizes as he had not meant to hit him that hard. Valentina rushes to her boyfriend to make sure he is okay, but is hit with the laser shot of Caitlin. Caitlin then fires at Jun, disregarding Ryan's orders to stand down. Jun criticizes him for letting the troopers shoot his girlfriend, but Ryan punches him while explaining that he is trying to control this. A snake-like staff appears in Jun's hands as he tells Ryan that they can't control anything anymore. Jun asks Ryan why he wants to arrest all of them. Ryan tells him it's his job, but the troopers are supposed to be after the mutants. So he wonders what they have on Ryan to make him turn on his own friends. Meanwhile, Caitlin splits into 2 and attacks Lauren from both sides, knocking her down. Valentina tries to stop Caitlin and gets punched. Ryan stops his troopers, not willing to see Valentina hurt anymore. The troopers remind him of their orders and Valentina asks him what orders they have. Orion wonders how there are suddenly 2 Caitlins, while Mark panics about what to do. Thankfully, Rita reanimates the T-Rex and wakes Lauren up. Rita had analyzed the team through their fighting style. Orion had the enthusiasm and will but lacked the skills. Jun had the skills but was too emotional to be strategic. Mark was paralyzed by fear and Valentina was too torn between 2 directions and did not know what to do. So it was up to Lauren now to lead them, not to fight to win but to fight to survive. She attacks the 3 troopers and the group runs away through the basement exit. Rita applauds Bulk's loyalty given the fact that she only insulted him. Val breaks down as soon as they are safe and blames Jun for everything. Rita reminds Val that she chose the stone and thus her fate, like everybody else. Val tells her she had no choice as Jun was in danger and Rita replies that that is what makes a Power Ranger, her ability to choose the right thing when her loved ones are in trouble. Val does not listen to her as she feels like she lost her beautiful life. Rita enrages her further by telling her that it was all an illusion and what Rita did is the best thing that has ever happened to her. Val throws a punch that Rita dodges and uses her magic to knock Val into the wall. She tells Val that she is not worthy. Jun rushes to pick her up and Val tells him that if they do not leave immediately, she will tell his mother. Jun does not want to abandon what they started, but Val needs him to trust her as she still believes they can fix everything. Val leaves and Rita asks Jun to follow her before he grows a spine. The 2 run out and Lauren is surprised Rita just let them leave because Rita is no longer in the business of making mindless pawns. Orion looks around and is worried as he cannot find Mark. Mark is bound and gagged in the back seat of Ryan's car. Ryan apologizes for what's about to happen and warns him that he does not have a lot of patience. He needs answers and Mark is going to give them to him whether he wants to or not. This is not the entire Power Rangers Prime series though. This is just the first story arc, so there are a lot of comics for you to read if you were not satiated by this video. Reading Power Rangers Prime has been the best experience of the year so far. It's kind of sad when I say it out loud, but oh well. The art is amazing, the plot intriguing, and the dialogue's catchy. What else do you need for raising nostalgia from the deepest quarters of your heart? Rita Repulsa is the best character they could have brought back, and she is drawn like the sharp femme fatale she is. I love how unique and well-rounded each of the characters are, and the small flashbacks that tell us about the characters' histories and give a glimpse into their fears, motivations, and morals. I am already a huge fan of the team so far, and is it just me or did I see some sparks between Mark and Jun? Another couple that might be in the making is Orion and Lauren, as they hit it off right from the start. I can't pick a favorite yet though. Last but not the least, the chaotic dialogues are simply the best, and the only way you can enjoy them completely is by reading the comics. So, go, read! If you want us to cover the rest of the comics too, spam us in the comments section below, and if you liked the video, you know where the thumbs up is. I'll soon be back with more awesome stuff, and as long as you have subscribed and turned that bell icon on, you will know when our next video graces the channel. Alright then, goodbye, and stay powerful.